Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and just like an hour ago, 20th Century Fox dropped the first trailer for the new Mutants. This is the new, fresh, bold take on the X-Men universe, following in the footsteps of Deadpool and Logan, and it's going to be R-rated, and it's coming out April 2018. Funny enough, you had Deadpool in February, Logan in March, and this one in April. Makes me wonder if next year, in 2019, if we'll be getting an R-rated movie in May. But actually, to be fair, we'll be getting Deadpool 2 in June, so that kind of throws my entire timeline out. Anyway, this teaser, that's what you want to call it, is one that I'm not sold on. I'm not going to lie. It looks interesting. It's stylish. It's stylized. I love the use of a cover of a Pink Floyd song. You know, another Brick in the Wall is a great song, so I think it kind of falls in line with the particular setting here. What we see is Cecilia Reyes talking with some mutant. We don't know who it is, administering tests. We know that this is some kind of facility where kids are kept against their will. We know that at least 133 plus have died when they showed the gravestones that were out back. And we know that this is going to deal with a lot of supernatural elements, considering what we've seen just from kind of like the sizzle reel of shots that we get in this trailer. Now, here's the thing, well, let's first take a look at the premise according to Wikipedia. It says, 5 young mutants, just discovering their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will, fight to escape their past sins and save themselves. And the film stars Anna Taylor-Joy as Ilyana Rasputin, otherwise known as Magic, a Russian sorceress who uses teleportation discs to travel. She is a sister of Colossus. Maisie Williams as Rain Sinclair, or Wolfsbane, a Scottish mutant struggling to reconcile her religious beliefs with her power to turn into a wolf. Charlie Heaton, Sam Guthrie, or Cannonball, a Kentuckian mutant who can propel himself into the air and is invulnerable while doing so. Henry Zaga as Roberto da Costa, or Sunspot, a Brazilian mutant with the ability to manipulate solar energy. Blue Hunt as Danielle Moonstar, or Mirage, a Native American mutant who has the power to create illusions drawn from the fears and desires of the person's mind. And of course, I mentioned Cecilia Reyes, who is the mentor to the group, a medical doctor who has the ability to generate a protective biofield around herself. Now, I don't really think that mentor is the right word. Based upon what we've seen just in this teaser, she's going to straight up be the main antagonist. But that being said, this is a teaser, not the first story trailer, and so this could easily mean that later on we're going to see a lot more and she won't actually be the bad guy. I've heard talks that Mr. Sinister is in this, of course, him popping up at the end of X-Men Apocalypse and having absolutely no connection to Logan at all. But this one is meant to take place after X-Men Apocalypse, and I think this one's going to take place before or after X-Men Dark Phoenix, whatever's going on with that. Again, I have no idea what 20th Century Fox is up to with these kind of films, but after Deadpool and Logan, I am totally willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Never mind the fact that X-Men Apocalypse was not a very good movie. So yeah, these darker, grittier takes on these kind of properties are ones that I am actually on board with, 100% on board with, because they haven't let me down yet. However, that being said, Josh Boone is the director of this film, and he came off of The Fault in Our Stars. So yeah, the Josh Green novel turned huge success theatrically, so much so that my girlfriend wants to name our daughter Hazel Grace. I'm not kidding. She keeps bringing that up, and I keep shooting it down. She might want to see this because she really liked this movie, but he came off of directing that one, and then he had written a couple comics or some comic ideas with his friend. They pitched them to Simon Kinberg, who liked it, and then Kinberg was able to basically secure this deal with 20th Century Fox, which does have me a little bit bothered. One of my favorite things about Deadpool and Logan were that Kinberg and company, while executive producers, had very, very, very little involvement, whereas with X-Men Apocalypse, Kinberg wrote the screenplay. I believe he was more heavily involved than I think many of us would like to admit. And now he's going to be directing Dark Phoenix. So I'm hoping he's busy with that and he's not really going to get involved with this. I don't hate Simon Kinberg. I like the guy, but I feel like he takes on too much sometimes based on what I know, and I think that can have a negative impact on the story at hand. So this is one that we know is coming out April 2018. It's going to be presented in large format, and I think IMAX, so you can pretty much tell that 20th Century Fox is going to try to capitalize on the success that movies in April have found, such as the last couple Fast and Furious movies. I think 5, 6, 7, and 8 have all opened in May, or sorry, April. I think 6 was actually in May. It doesn't really matter. But Captain America: Winter Soldier and other big movies that have opened in April. I think they're trying to capitalize on that, leading into the pre-summer lineup. Never mind the fact that Deadpool 2 opens in June of next year, so you know there's going to probably be some end credit stinger tying into Deadpool, or some reference to Deadpool, or anything above that. I have no idea. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going on with this thing. I'm ultimately not impressed. Visually, it looks like a low-budget horror movie. You know, they're relying on a lot of jump scares in the trailer, and that doesn't really bode well for the film itself. They're trying to establish, obviously, the idea of what to expect from this movie. They're trying to establish that it's going to be a horror film. They want you to know that it's going to be freaky and supernatural and a lot of stuff you're not going to expect in a movie like this. But pushing the fact that also these mutants aren't X-Men, they're not superheroes, there's no costumes, they barely understand their powers. This is going to be something, kind of a young adult coming-of-age mutant story, which I guess based on the title and the idea there, you could almost claim this is like a dark John Hughes X-Men movie. If that is even such a thing that could ever remotely possibly exist. But that's kind of the vibe I get from it. I'm not sold on it 100% yet. I'll definitely go and see it, because I always go and see these movies, that's for certain. But my hype level is nowhere near what to expect. I'll have to wait for the next trailer to drop that actually gives us a bit more story. In the meantime, this looks like a collection of shots meant to showcase each mutant individually. However, at the same time, because of the way stuff is formatted and the way that it's edited, it's tough for us to get a good look at any one of the specific mutants, or who they might be, so on and so forth. And that might actually be the point. They might actually be trying to make it as vague as humanly possible, so we know that it's a mutant movie, but we don't quite know who's in it, just from basically looking at it. And you know, people are going to be wondering, will Professor X or any of the other X-Men show up in this? You know, we have Colossus' sister. Will he be making an appearance? And the answer to that is, at least for Professor X and other X-Men, no. Originally, James McAvoy and the lady who played Storm were written into the script, but they were then later written out of the script. So they're not going to be in it. We know Logan's not going to be in it. We know that pretty much none of the other characters that are going to pop up in X-Men Dark Phoenix are going to be in it. So it's a standalone spin-off film. And I don't know. I mean, Deadpool worked. Logan worked, but Logan was still part of a trilogy, was still part of the whole thing. I don't know if X-Men New Mutants, or just the New Mutants, is going to have the impact they want it to have. This is my honest suggestion. If it's a horror movie, they should delay it until September. The reason why I say that is because this September, was a great month for horror, and that clearly is going to be the time of year when these kind of movies are wanted. April, not so much. Summertime, not so much. And then the whole reason why I say that too is it's not like the summer movie season starts in May and ends in July. It starts in around March and then goes through August. So it starts picking up and then it goes back down. It's on about a 6-month cycle now. And they're putting it smack dab in the center. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think that the trailer was any good? Do you think the property sounds interesting? Is this something you're even remotely excited for? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.